Hi there, this is Carlism, and today I thought I'd talk about my music. And I got some questions I'm going to answer, the background and inspirations of my music, creative process, and also the music styles and performances, everything about my music basically, in a brief description here. So, what inspired me to pursue a career in music? I was always around music. That was a head start for me, and it made me just fall in love with music from day one, really. I remember singing from such a young age, and that's where it all started, really. So I was around it, um, so it just made sense that it was going to be a big part of my life. Who are your biggest musical influences? Well, I was always singing, so I was be singing to everything. But looking back, I was really, really young. Listen to Elton John, Bee Gees, everything you could think of. But the one who stole my heart and the one that made me really want to develop my voice to another level. And I really owe her a lot. And it's a shame what happened to her because she was just so talented and my favourite singer. And it was Karen Carpenter. I even remember one time going away on holiday and the karaoke was there. I was on the mic all night and I must have been so young. It must have been 11 or 12 years old. And all these people, they were just so surprised that, I had some lovely comments and it was really nice, but I just loved her music. Well, I loved their music, but Karen had this voice. The projection of her voice was amazing. I was always singing along to them. So I would say Karen Carpenter for my biggest musical influence growing up. How was my upbringing influenced by my music? I think it had a dramatic helping hand at times. We all go through the rough and smooth and ups and downs in life, but I was always very grateful for what I had because I was very lucky in a lot of ways. So, but if I ever felt like in a bad spot or anything, music was my saviour, it was my passion. And it was always going to be a part of my life in such a big way, which it is still now. When did I start writing and producing music? I was always experimenting as a child. Didn't even know what I was doing half the time. Reading these books and not really understanding what's going on there. Plonking away at the keys and making chords up on the guitar, and I was so young. And then I would say I was quite young, to be honest, when I started writing songs. Early teens, no, actually maybe before, but started taking it a bit more serious with the songwriting and developing as an artist. Yeah, very early teens. What or who were your early passions and influences? Yeah, well, that was, like I say, it was the Carpenters mainly, and definitely. Creative process. What is your songwriting process like? My process. There's definitely a pattern. It took a long while to develop over the years because it's not as easy as people think. Songwriting is quite in depth and it's like a science. Trying to find the right formula and right pattern. There's always patterns, but I like to mix things up and be diverse. So I would say there's definitely a process. I would say sometimes you might write the melody first, or you might write the words first, but I would say normally I would produce the music first. How do you start creating a new track or album? I used to be a bit of a perfectionist with music, especially in the early years, but now I'm a bit more, like to be more instinct, like just what comes natural. So that's very important to me. So I don't take long to write a song. I normally write a song anything from 5 to 10 minutes or half an hour. What are your creative challenges and how have they changed over time? Creative challenges, I suppose because I wanted to reach a high level, professional level, and I knew that it was going to take time. I definitely say I had a natural flair and I was very quick at learning, but it didn't matter because it still took time. And to reach the levels, it was quite surprising how when you look at these players growing up, you realise how many hours and how much time is spent playing instruments and singing and so on. It really is, it's thousands. How do I see myself as an artist? I see myself as versatile and very artistic, and I hope to think very consistent as an artist. How do you want to be seen as an artist? Diverse, artistic. I like to do happy songs, sad songs, meaningful songs. Big heart, passion, them kind of aspects. Musical styles and performances, how would you describe your music? I'm a more of a old school musician, there's no doubt about that, but I've got a hint of modern music in me. But if I had to class myself as one sound, I would definitely say more of a classic country sort of sound. But then again, if you get the keyboard out or the synthesizer, then I'm going to whack out some dance and trance and so on. Or sometimes a bit of jazz, bit of soul and reggae, and I like all music. What is your favourite song to perform? It's tough. There's so many to this, to be honest, but one of the first songs I always performed, especially gigging all the time, I would say Elton John, Your Song. That seemed to be normally my number one song to start with. Do you have any experiences performing live? Yes, I have many. Played in a lot of well-known holiday parks and fancy restaurants. Played in quite a lot of venues over the years, and I'm very grateful for them opportunities. And it really served me well. And I'm a songwriter at heart anyway in general, so. But performing is a very rewarding feeling. What are my favourite venues to perform in? I would definitely say, from my experiences, I did really enjoy the holiday parks, like private functions. Nowadays, yeah, more private functions. What are your long-term goals as a musician? Well, I was never in it for money or look at me and all this. Music was just about how much I loved it and how much passion I had. And obviously I was going to perform and teach piano and guitar and perform in these amazing venues. Long-term goal, I suppose, yeah, I do want to put some music out. Really want to make a go of it in the future and do a gig here and there, of course, and help people, teach them the piano, guitar, etc. I just want to... I'm passionate, so I want to do a variety of things. And I hope I covered quite a few questions anyway. Trying my best. But music is very rewarding, and anyone, when you're learning, it can be frustrating. Even if you've got a natural flair, just stick at it, because when I look back, it's been an amazing journey, and it's a very rewarding, satisfying feeling. So that's a bit about my music today, and I hope I didn't bore you too much, but it was off the cuff. Just got the questions, and I think sometimes that's the best way, just to be free, be natural, and be authentic. And anyone's got any questions, any other ones, then shoot, go for it, and I will answer them. So thank you, and I'll do another video soon. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.